Good tidings, everybody, and welcome to the Ansem Report Podcast. This is episode number 33 of the definitely longest running Kingdom Hearts podcast in the world. My name is Mike. I almost couldn't say my name. That was weird. And with me, as always, is my brother Jason. Hello, Jason.
Hello, I am Jason.
Yeah, good job. Nice. Did better than I did. Congratulations on that.
I'm reading from the script.
We are those damn podcasters, podcast of champions, all that shit, blah, blah, blah. Welcome. Well, welcome to the Ansem Report.
To yet another banger.
Yeah, to another banger. We have I have an announcement to make. I'm not sure when he's posting this, but we just wrapped a lengthy conversation with our good friend Landy over at the Landy Lodge. That's right. We were featured on the Landy Lodge podcast.
Hell yeah.
It was a great time. Landy's a good dude. I will be posting it everywhere, links and everything. So go check it out. It was a good time. We talk about Kingdom Hearts. Fun. We talk about Coit and Cambria. We talk about social media. We talk about all kinds of things. And he's a good dude. So if you're not following him, you should go follow.
Yeah, we easily talked for like 2.5 hours to him.
Yeah, and he listened. Normally I talk and people don't listen, but he listened.
Yeah,
which is incredible. So everybody go check that out. And like I said, we'll link it and everything. Oh, I gotta take a deep breath, because we have a email, Jason.
Yo,
email.
No way.
From it's from G-Trox, also known as Get Roxel.
Oh, okay. The homie.
Yep, the homie. And the title of it is Chat ARP. Okay. Hey, Mike. Hey, Jason. I was listening to the 3 year anniversary episode. Congrats. And you guys mentioned wanting people to write a script.
Oh,
and potentially have an AI listen to the whole podcast to come up with material. Well, I'm not a writer, and I'm definitely not a programmer, so I split the difference and had ChatGPT write some dialogue for the both of you. There's a few scripts and some jokes at the end. Give them a run or put them in your bag for later. I call this Chat ARP. And actually, I forgot. I want to send this to you because there's 2 parts. So hold on. Let me pause the episode a second, Mike. I'm gonna. Okay, so Jason, do you know what ChatGPT is?
I feel like I've heard of it, but I don't exactly know what it is.
So this is according to Wikipedia. ChatGPT is a chatbot launched by OpenAI in November of 2022. It is built on top of OpenAI's GPT-3 family of large language modules and is fine-tuned with both supervised and enforcement learning techniques. So basically, it's an AI that will write things for you. I don't know. I don't fucking know what any of that means. Anyway, but
this is oh geez.
So we're gonna read this, and some of it is just listed as Brother 1, Brother 2,
I
and
feel
some
like
of
you're
it
Brother 1.
I think I'm Brother 1 as well.
Yeah.
So we're gonna read this starting after I'm done with this sentence. This is the AI that Get Roxel wrote for us.
Yeah.
Hey, have you played the new Kingdom Hearts game yet?
No, I haven't had a chance to. I've been really busy with work and school.
You're missing out. It's so much fun. The graphics are amazing and the gameplay is even better.
I've heard a lot of good things about it. I've always enjoyed the Kingdom Hearts series.
Yeah, it's definitely one of my favorite video game franchises. The story is always so intriguing and the characters are so likable.
I agree. I can't wait to get my hands on the new game. Do you think you could help me catch up on the story before I start playing it?
Of course, we can play some of the older games together, and I can fill you in on everything that's happened so far.
That would be great. Thanks, brother. I can't wait to dive into the world of Kingdom Hearts again.
Okay, so that was base dialogue. Up next, we have funny dialogue.
Dialogue.
Exactly. We have funny in quotes dialogue. Dude, did you hear about the new Kingdom Hearts game coming out?
No way. I've been waiting for this for years. When is it coming out?
I think it's supposed to be sometime in 2022.
2022? That's like forever away. I can't wait that long.
Yeah, I know, but it's worth the wait. Have you played the previous games in the series?
Of course I am. I've been playing Kingdom Hearts since I was a kid. I love the mix of Disney and Final Fantasy characters.
Exactly. And with the new game, they're adding even more characters from other franchises like Marvel and Star Wars. Can you imagine fighting alongside Mickey Mouse and Darth Vader?
That would be epic. I can't wait to see what other crazy combinations they come up with.
I know, right? It's going to be a wild ride. But hey, at least we have each other to share it with. We can have epic Kingdom Hearts marathons all day and night.
Definitely. I'm already setting aside my entire 2022 schedule for it.
Okay.
So this AI doesn't know it's 2023, bruh.
Yeah, that's probably good. We don't want AI to take over the world.
That's true.
This next section is called favorite characters.
Why is the AI like, yo, epic?
Yeah.
This shit is epic.
Epic Kingdom Hearts marathons. This next one's called favorite characters, and this one actually has our names listed, scarily enough.
Yeah, that's scary.
Not just Brother 1 and Brother 2.
We're in the fucking the system already, bruh. Oh, right. God. Hey,
Jason, who's your favorite character from Kingdom Hearts?
Wait, hold up. Imagine this is like this is literally dialogue from a previous episode, and he's trying to act like it was fucking like it was AI, but it's shit we actually said.
Yeah, it might be, honestly.
Okay. That's a tough one. I really like Sora. He's the main protagonist, and he's always so determined to save his friends. But I also really like Riku. He's got a lot of depth, and his character arc is really interesting.
Yeah, I agree. I like Sora too, but I think my favorite character is actually Kairi. She's so sweet and kind, and she always has a positive attitude no matter what's going on.
Kairi is definitely a fan favorite. Have you ever noticed how she doesn't really have much of a role in the story? It's always about Sora and Riku. There's no way this is AI, by the way. There's no way, Giroxel. There is no way you didn't write this.
Yeah, I noticed that too. It's a shame because Kairi is such a great character, but I guess that's just how it goes in Kingdom Hearts. The focus is always on Sora and his journey.
Yeah, it is. But I think that's part of what makes Kingdom Hearts so special. The characters are all so unique and well developed, and their relationships with each other make the story so engaging.
Absolutely. I can't wait to see what happens in the next Kingdom Hearts game. I have a feeling it's going to be even better than the ones before it.
I have a feeling you're right. The future looks bright for Kingdom Hearts.
All right, so we have one more blurb here, and this one is...
No way!
It's titled Review. And this one's back to Brother 1, Brother 2. This one isn't specific to us.
This one wasn't written by Giroxel.
Yeah. So what did you think of the new Kingdom Hearts game?
It was amazing. The graphics were incredible, and the gameplay was so smooth.
I know, right? And the story was so engaging. I couldn't stop playing until I finished it.
Yeah, I was hooked from the start. I love how they incorporated all those different Disney worlds into the game.
And the characters were all so likable, especially Sora. He's such a great protagonist.
Definitely. And I can't forget about Donald and Goofy. They always crack me up with their antics.
Huh. Yeah, they definitely add some humor to the game overall. Nope, shit. There was a water bottle in my way. They definitely add some humor to the game. So overall, what would you rate Kingdom Hearts?
Definitely a solid 5 out of 5 stars. Can't wait for the next installment.
Me neither. Kingdom Hearts forever. What if that was really how our podcast went? That would be incredible.
We would get 5 out of 5. They'd say
we would.
Ansem Report forever.
So, I didn't show you these, but there's actually, the AI came up with some Kingdom Hearts jokes that I'm going to read to you.
Okay.
Why was the Kingdom Hearts character feeling depressed?
Why?
Because he had no heart.
Okay. God. Okay. This is like the crying the stand-up comedian dinosaur who's like crying because his jokes are bad.
Yeah. Why was Riku banned from the Kingdom Hearts tournament?
Why?
Because he played with a dirty deck.
A dirty deck? That does not sound good.
No, it doesn't.
Sir, put your deck away.
Why was Goofy kicked out of the Kingdom Hearts team?
Why?
Because he kept goofing off. That one's the best one. Why was Twilight Town such a boring place?
Oh, jeez, why?
Because there was no dawn.
What? That's gotta be the worst joke I've ever heard.
Why was Donald Duck kicked out of the Kingdom Hearts team?
Oh, God, why?
Because he kept quacking up.
What the fuck?
2 more jokes. I got 2 more. Dude, my fucking face hurts from these jokes. Holy shit. Why was Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance such a confusing game?
Oh, Jesus. Why?
This is a really good punchline. Because it kept dropping players into a dream state and they couldn't tell what was real and what was a dream.
Okay, that one was written by Giroxel. That one is not a fucking AI, bruh. Ain't no way the fucking AI.
No, dude, it was an AI.
Ain't no way the AI is like making these shit ass ones and then makes like this specific ass one.
It's not even a joke though. Like,
right? No, but it's like it's not Giroxel trying to make an actual joke. It's him trying to make an AI joke.
Roxel would have to be an insane person to have come up with that.
Maybe he's a bit insane.
Maybe. And then final joke. Why did Ansem Seeker of Darkness get kicked out of the Kingdom Hearts team?
I don't know what a Kingdom Hearts team is. But why?
Because he was always playing dirty.
Okay, that's just like a valid reason. Like, it's just like, that's a valid reason. He's fucking cheating.
Get Roxel says, enjoy fellas, all love. Thank you, Get Roxel. Thank you. I appreciate the dedication to the AI problem. And I thought it would be kind of fun, Jason, if we wrote our own AI here. Like we did for our Dark Road review. What if we reviewed Recoded using AI right now?
Okay.
AI. Shit, what did we use last time? Review generator. There we go. Here are 3 reviews. I was hesitant to try Kingdom Hearts Recoded as I had heard mixed reviews, but I'm very glad I did. The game was so much better than expected. The graphics were beautiful and the story was unique. So this is what Get Roxel used. The characters were all likable and the gameplay mechanics were complex enough that you felt you had mastery over them. It's easily one of my favorite Kingdom Hearts games. Okay, so I want a bad review.
Yeah, how do you make it do a bad
Kingdom
review?
Hearts Recoded review.
How do you make it do a bad review?
It sucks. Let's try that. Kingdom Hearts Recoded is a disappointment.
Oh, damn.
The game lacks the same charm and excitement of previous Kingdom Hearts titles.
I'm sorry,
the story
Water.
And gameplay feel uninspired and dull.
Oh, shit.
The graphics are also far from impressive, leaving much to be desired. I'd recommend giving this game a miss if you're looking for an engaging experience.
Giving this game a miss?
Give it a miss.
And for that reason, I'm giving this game a miss.
Here's number 2. I was so excited to play Kingdom Hearts Recoded, but it was not what I expected. I found the graphics and storyline to be extremely dated, and even the music wasn't up to par.
Damn.
The levels were also quite repetitive, which made me lose interest in the game quickly.
Actually, kind of facts.
Overall, I would not recommend this game as it's not worth your time or money.
Oh, shit. Even your $0 that you spent emulating it. I mean, even your money that you paid for the remake of it.
And then finally,
yes.
Kingdom Hearts Recoded is a game that I was really looking forward to. Unfortunately, it fell short of my expectations in many ways. The graphics were outdated, and the storyline was too overly complex for most players.
True.
The gameplay was also clunky and unenjoyable at times.
True.
All in all, I wouldn't recommend this game unless you're a diehard fan of the series. Interesting. So, like, I feel like no matter what I would have done, it would have typed that. Like, it just saw that the review title was negative. And then said, okay, here's the negative things we say anytime there's this creativity level.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I think it's just more like cookie cutter. It's not actually like, oh, for this specific game, I'm gonna say this. It's more like a Mad Lib.
Yeah, it's definitely not what I want. I want something more. There's I think it's because I didn't type enough, but they're so small. This game was terrible. I would not recommend it to anyone. Don't waste your time with this game. It's terrible. This game is terrible. The graphics are bad. The gameplay is terrible, and the story is non-existent. Save your money and don't buy it.
Facts, actually.
Okay, hold on. Let me do it with a sad tone.
I thought this would be the best game ever. It wasn't.
I'm really disappointed when Kingdom Hearts Recoded. It's such a shame because I was really looking forward to playing it. The graphics are poor and the gameplay is really repetitive. I would not recommend this game to anyone.
It ruined my life.
I was really excited for Kingdom Hearts Recoded, but it ended up being a bad game. I'm really disappointed, and I wish it was better. Okay.
Killed my dog.
So here's what I need from you guys. It's clear I don't know what I'm doing with AI. So I need somebody, anybody, like Get Roxel,
somebody,
to figure out how to get an Ansem Report podcast episode with AI.
Somebody not named Water Cage.
Yeah.
You can't do everything.
Water does enough. Anyway.
Not me.
Jason, that's all I really had planned. Podcast today.
Oh, God.
You got anything you want to talk about?
Dude, one thing that I do want to talk about, though, is in Cage 4.
Okay.
Like, for whatever reason, if you agree or not, it seems like people think that it's only gonna be in like Quadratum, or like assuming that you're not in like the normal Cage universe for a majority of the game, right? Like you're in the world of unreality for a majority of it, right?
Right.
Do you think that there will be any type of like? Because I mean, they explain that the apartment or whatever is like a hub or something.
Yeah, they've talked about that. Yeah.
So does that mean that there's just like no Gummy ship mission, no nothing? Is Gummy dead?
A lot of people are talking about, is Gummy dead?
Is Gummy dead and no one talking about it? You know what I mean? Like, is Gummy just going out with a whimper? You know, like just randomly is dead.
Right, but okay, how are Donald and Goofy getting anywhere?
I don't know, dude. Apparently, to get to the world of unreality, you gotta die. So I don't know.
Right, but like they're going to like the underworld and shit.
They're going to Hades, yeah.
They're going to hang out with Sans in the underworld. So
sorry, dude, you can't bring your Gummy ship with you when you die.
Jason, when I die,
bury me with my Gummy ship.
Bury me with my Gummy ship. Jason, when I die, bury me with my high drive recovery orbs.
Yeah, those will be useful when you're playing Cage 3.
Yeah. I I don't know, man. They haven't, we don't know.
Because if it's a hub, if it's like a hub, then that means that like, are you going to this hub that's in unreality and then gummy shipping back or something, or?
So, do you think when they say it's a hub, like how do you think the hub works? Do you think it's like, oh, Sora walks into this building and it's the Star Wars world, like a Super Mario 64 thing? Or do you think that,
or is it a hub in that it's like Hollow Bastion, like you just go back multiple times?
Right, or
Twilight Town.
Traverse Town.
Or Traverse Town.
Traverse Town is what I was thinking. Is it a hub in that way? Because then you could still use the gummies and whatever.
Yeah.
But that wouldn't make a lot of sense with Quadratum apparently being the realm of the dead. So,
like an afterlife for them, yeah.
Okay.
Because of like what Strelitzia says.
I know this is not what you asked me, but here's what I'm asking you.
Okay, you're going to answer it with a question, okay.
Here's what I'm asking you, unrelated to the gummies, really. But
is not really answering, okay.
Is this where Game Central Station is?
Hmm.
And that's the hub.
I mean, I could see it if that's where Game Central Station is, and then that's how there's like darkness there because they trapped him in the cord. Yeah, the cord in Game Central or whatever.
Right. That's what I think. So if that's the case, yes, gummies are dead. Because, okay. All right.
Because if it's any type of small-scale traversal, like Sora just does it himself. He just, like, flies or glides or runs or whatever. It would have to be, like,
he gets on a train.
Traversal.
So, here's what I think. I think that when we summon Wreck-It Ralph in KH3, he's digitized, right?
Mm-hmm.
He comes up as a bunch of pixels, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that Game Central Station has a side in reality and in unreality.
Okay.
But the side in reality is in data. Right?
Okay.
And then the side...
That's the data side?
Right. But we're in the not data side. We're in the unreality side.
Yeah, just like the normal...
Well, maybe... I don't know, because data could exist in both, right?
Right. I'm thinking of it as like two sides of a coin or whatever, right? Where it's like there is data worlds and dream worlds on their side because they're just like a type of world. But like I'm thinking of this as like another like dimension, I guess, right? Like
right, or
even like timeline. I don't know how else to describe it. Like there's too many. There's too many damn fucking ways to explain like what these places are that. You have to be very specific in your wordage.
Like a realm neither of fiction or non-fiction. It's no light nor darkness. It's unreality. Why did they just call it non-fiction? Or no, fiction. You know? Why do you have to say unreality?
I don't know. Well, because...
It's a world of fiction. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking, right? Let's use the Wreck-It Ralph arcade machine as an example. Are you familiar with the movie Wreck-It Ralph?
Not hugely, but I think enough.
So the idea is that Game Central Station is where all the power cords connect from all the different arcade machines.
Yeah.
Right. And the idea is when the arcade goes off, they're just hanging out, and Bowser's there, and Sonic and Dr. Robotnik, and they all just hang out there, right?
Like they go through the power cords to get there.
Right, they go back to their own games when it's time. Well, in the movie, Ralph goes to a couple different games, right? And
he's not supposed to.
He doesn't want to be the bad guy anymore. He wants to be the hero, but he's basically Donkey Kong, right?
Yeah.
So my thought is this: if we're talking about what is more fictional than a video game, right? About a man who just wrecks a building over and over, and only Fix-It Felix can stop him, But when they leave, that's not their friends. That's not what they are, right? So it's fiction. So the video game is fiction, right?
Okay.
You with me so far?
Okay.
So
Yeah. I'm hitting the blunt right now. True.
right.
I'm Elon Musk hitting the blunt.
I think Sora and this. I mean, I know we've talked about this before. This isn't some revelation that I'm having or anything. But I think that Quadratum is actually in a video game. Right?
Okay.
And I think everywhere Sora goes is going to be, like, whether we know it or not till the end or whatever, but it's going to be posed as like a video game version of it, right? Right? Because
like where Strelitzia is a video game? Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Like, well, because Quadratum, and when we first heard the word Quadratum, what did we all think? Square, right?
Oh yeah.
Quadratum. It literally doesn't it literally mean four sides?
Yeah, well, in like the fact that it's like where Zora's from, who's a video game character in the Toy Story world, and then also like you're a fictional character in another fictional place or whatever, right?
Right.
Like,
so I think
you're like two layers of it, and then like the fact that it's Japan, like it's in Shibuya or whatever, right? Like
right. So here's also what I think. I think whenever we went into Winnie the Pooh's storybook, we were going to unreality. Because it is a fictional place.
Like it's a piece of media in that world. Right.
So I think this is going to be a similar deal where we end up in Quadratum, which is Yozora's game, where Yozora's game is, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to call it Insomnia because we're not necessarily rehashing Final Fantasy 15, even though people want to believe that. We are a little bit, but it's just so Nomura can put in. Because if Nomura goes, hey, this is Insomnia. And that's Noctis, not Yozora, right?
Mm-hmm. People think that it's just an FF like world or spinoff.
Right. But this is like the idea of an FF world without being it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Without them just going, hey, here's where Leon's from or whatever, right?
Huh. I think the part that makes it more like complicated is the fact that like Sora is dead, and then that's what brought him there, and then Strelitzia is also there saying, yeah, this is kind of like an afterlife place for us.
Well, here's the thing. Strelitzia says that, and we're taking her word for it, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's telling us that.
Yeah.
But is it possible that Strelitzia was killed in the data version of like the Union Cross town? The name's escaping me.
Of Daybreak Town?
Daybreak Town. Thank you. Is that possible? And they just haven't revealed that to us yet?
That she didn't actually die when it like looks like she did? That she made it into the data version? No,
she
and then
died,
there?
but she was in the data world, yeah.
Like they were already in a data world?
Yes.
I guess, yeah. I thought
because then she... Okay, so in her mind, she dies there, right? Or gets killed. And then she shows up in this place, so she's like, oh, this is where dead people go.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But really, she was in a video game or whatever, and that's where she went.
She died in a video game and went to another video game, is what you're saying.
Right. Sure, yeah.
So
she ended up in Grand Central Station or Game Central Station and walked out and was in Quadratum. She went through the electricity cord. You know what I mean?
Well, then how would Sora then get to the same place?
So that's what we don't understand, is Sora broke some taboo rules and then faded away. But I guess my question is, when Sora fades away at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3, is that actually what happened, or is that like the cinematic way of showing us? Like that's not actually when he disappeared, right? That's just Kairi lamenting that he's gone.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like,
that's true.
Because the way that scene
I
shot,
could see it being that way. Yeah.
The way that scene is shot, like they show Riku and everybody looking at the tree, and then Kairi and Sora are there. Then he fades away, and she's crying. I don't think he was like, "Hey, Kairi, I'm gonna fade away now." I think that's just her lamenting that he's not there.
Hmm.
And they're all looking at
I
Kairi like, "Oh,
way, but yeah,
like, yeah." No, and I'm not saying I'm 100% right, but in my head, so I don't know that we know how Sora disappeared.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, we know he's gone.
You think people are taking that scene too literally?
Yes, I think it's more like an artistic rendition of the fact that she's just like, hey, he's gone.
That he's gone. Yeah.
Right. At least I could see it being that way.
Right.
So maybe we don't know. Maybe maybe when he broke enough nature taboos, he was in a digital version, or they did a lot of weird things with Winnie the Pooh, where it was like he's forgetting me and all that stuff. Maybe he went in the book for some reason. Maybe, you know what I mean? So there's ways he could have vanished that or died.
Or like they potted his ass again, like at the end of KH1.
Right.
Or at the end of like Chain of Memories, right? Like
right.
They put him back in a pod, and then this is just what he's experiencing while he's in the pod.
It could be that, but I don't think they'd go through all the trouble of being like he's dead with him not really being dead, so to speak, or gone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody's
his
looking
body
for
would
him.
have to like disappear.
Yeah, I think
that's true. Actually, yeah, because of the Melody of Memories shit. Yeah,
right. I think
so he does have to actually be gone, but maybe that's not necessarily when he left.
But maybe when you die, right? I'm just saying that scene specifically is not how it happened.
Right.
For this to work, right? Maybe he died somewhere else in a data version or a book or something, and then that's why he's there. But that's my. I know you started asking me about gummy ships, but that's like that's what my thought or my head. I don't do a lot of theorizing these days, but like when I think about KH4, I think about two things. I think about the foretellers and how they're going to be included, and we talked a little bit about that on the Landy Lodge, where I was talking about how excited I am for the foretellers to come into the fold. And then I think about Quadratum and what it actually is as an unreality, a realm of fiction. And so that makes sense to me, because then you add in all the stuff about Yozora saying this is that's my name, but this isn't what I look like, and there's a lot of like weird video game-ness, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I really think, while my theory might not be 100% correct, I think there's some truth in there to it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'd be strange. I know Streletsy has been dead a long time in the canon, but I think it'd be strange for her to know exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
You know? Like, for her to just go, oh yeah, everybody's... Because, like, it doesn't seem like the people running around the city know what the fuck's going on. That Darkseid's cousin shows up and starts, and they're just screaming and running.
Well,
they don't know they're dead.
It seems like he has his... I mean, I guess... I don't know. He sees the dark side, and then he's immediately like in hero mode or whatever. So I would then assume that he has his memories, right?
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah, I don't think he doesn't have his memories.
So I would assume she has her memories then.
I'm just saying the way. Okay, so the way those characters look, right? They're not super detailed. They're NPCs, and you're like, well, yeah, Mike, it's a video game. Exactly. You get what I'm saying?
Like, you're saying, like, they are NPCs.
They're supposed to look like they're literally NPCs. Like, they're literally
not NPCs in the way that, like, the random people in Big Hero 6 are NPCs. Like, those are supposed to be real people in that world.
These are literal.
Those are literal NPCs.
And maybe Streletsy and Sora are the only living people in this place. I don't know. Like, but the way
there's like some hero or some, like, maybe he goes to go kill the dark side, and then whatever world he's in, like the hero of that world, like, I would assume it's like the Prompto and Ignis and Gladio version or whatever, right? Like they're equal, then shows up and kills the dark side along with them, or after, or
for sure,
he
that
can
could
get
be
there
it.
or something.
I'm just saying, like, okay, So you have this trailer for this game you want to show off, and they're admittedly doing it early because they felt pressure to do it, right?
Yeah.
But you make a point of showing this scene with all these NPCs running from the dark side. They didn't have to do that. That didn't have to be part of the trailer.
Mm.
And the NPCs look awful.
Yeah, they definitely are cookie cutter as fuck.
Like, that's the one thing people are saying, oh, this game looks amazing, like the graphics. Those NPCs look terrible.
Yeah.
Right? I think it's on purpose.
Especially when you compare it to the fidelity of the main character, or like the actual characters we know, yeah.
The characters we know, and just the surroundings, like the buildings and such, they just look so much worse. I think it's on purpose.
They all have like green and red shirts on and jeans. Like, that's right. It. You know, like
they look really bad, and like I said, I think that's on purpose. I think we're being mind gamed a little bit.
Well, yeah, because I mean, like, I'm saying this where it's like, oh, there's no gummy ship, but I'm saying that, like, obviously there's gonna be other worlds, right? Like, there's no way that all of a sudden now
we know
Kingdom
Star
Hearts
Wars is gonna be
is
there.
completely different. Like, they just formulaically changed it. Like, no way. It's gonna be very similar to previous games we've played, as far as like, oh, there's other worlds and blah blah blah. Like, there's no way that Kingdom Hearts 4 is that big of a departure, right? I'm more just saying, is the vehicle for how we get there just going to actually change, right?
Yeah,
like,
I do agree with that. I think it's going to be the Game Central Station, and he's going to go to the different worlds through that. He's going to go through the fucking electrical cords, you know what I mean? And
do you think that there will then be like a dive section or something, or
maybe it'll be like Recoded
through
where
oh god, not the running section.
The third person running sections. Yeah.
No.
It'll be like Recoded.
Say it isn't so. Dude, I swear to God, if it becomes like so much like Recoded, because it's like you're going into different games, like different data worlds or whatever, bro. Oh my god.
I mean, yeah.
So you have to clear the bugs out on the way there, like through the cord.
And this is why Water KH will stand on the table in the dining room and stomp his feet about how important Recoded is, right? Because I think he has a similar theory as to why this stuff is the way it is, and he thinks it's going to connect pretty hard to Recoded. I don't know that it will connect to Recoded, but I definitely think we'll see ideas that were introduced in Recoded about how data works in this game.
Well, because I mean, obviously the premise that Recoded makes is that data can have its own heart, right? Like it can make its own heart or whatever, right? And so can like replicas and all that type of stuff. Like nobodies can eventually have their own heart, all that type of stuff. And explaining why, oh, this Yozora character from his game, he actually does have his own heart. Like even though he is a data world essentially, right? Mm-hmm. To me, the question just then becomes like, why is it so obtuse to get there? You know what I mean? Like, I get that the vehicle is that if he's just respawned in a new world, like, he goes from being in the Kingdom Hearts world, like the Destiny Island world, to being in the, like, the Toy Story world or whatever, right? Like, let's say that's where he respawned or some shit, right? You would just go there in a gummy ship. But I get that there has to be like a disconnect, because otherwise they would just simply go there.
They just go there, right? No, I agree.
To me, it's like then the big question is like, okay, then how the hell do you get back? Because it's like they're having to go to the final fucking. They're having to go to the final world, and then having Fairy Godmother do some shit. It's like, what the hell?
Right?
How do you traverse through these places,
well,
right?
And don't they, maybe I'm misremembering, but don't they convey to Riku that he's not going to have a way back and he's going to have to figure that out?
Yeah, that's definitely what it seems like, right?
Right. So I think that's going to be one of the things they're trying to figure out in this world.
Do you think that's like a first act type of thing? Like they figure it out in the first act and then...
They're trying to figure, and then they realize,
and then it goes back to just normal KH.
Fucking Sigurd is here or whatever, and there's some shit, and the foretellers, are...
The foretellers are at different worlds.
Like, what would be really wild? If the foretellers, they can't go to the data, but they can control the arcade machines. So they can influence the world you're in, but they don't show up as like a boss or whatever, but they like influence them. That's an interesting idea, actually, because just thinking about Aced like at a fucking Pac-Man machine is really funny to me. he's like punching it. Oh,
he's modding
like
it, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
He's hacking it.
But like they just use their magical Keyblade power. It's not like some technical thing where they're opening it up.
Yeah, they would just point their Keyblade at it for sure.
Right.
He's coming up with the Pac-Man randomizer, bro.
So okay, if this theory is true, we have how many foretellers? 6?
Well, it just depends on if you're like, okay, so is Ava back? Is part of it because they're like, where's Ava? Right. So yeah, motherfucking Goulash,
Ragu,
Aced,
if you will.
Yeah, Ragu if you're nasty. Aced, Envy, and Ira, and Luju, right? Like,
and they're okay. So the foretellers are all tied to it.
Didn't they say something about how the next KH won't have that many worlds or something?
That's what I'm getting at here.
Am I remembering a KH3 thing? I don't remember.
No. They said it will. No. That's what it was. There's 7 of them, right? Counting the Masters, right?
Yeah.
Because they're based off the 7 deadly sins, right?
A lot of people also lump in Vanitas then, so possibly Vanitas shows up. I don't know.
Wait, why?
I just remember in a lot of theories where they're talking about the 7 deadly sins or whatever, because Vanitas and Vanity, right? Like, he ends up...
Yeah, but he's not one of the foretellers.
Okay.
So, Ava is greed, Luju is lust, Envy is envy, Gula is gluttony, Ira is wrath, and Aced is sloth. And then,
so what would which
they're implying the Masters
is
pride, right? That's so greed. LOL.
Ain't no way they would do that.
Ain't
no way. Like Square
Enix
is literally partnered with Disney, and then they go, you know what? Star Wars be greedy as fuck, bro. Ain't no way.
Go on, bro.
Okay, of the Star Wars, okay.
Well, it depends what Star Wars are doing, right? If they're doing Luke, if they're doing Luke, or if they're doing Mandalorian, or if they're doing new trilogy, old trilogy.
Is Vader, yeah.
Is it Vader? Because if it's Vader, it's got to be Wrath, right?
Yeah, that's probably what I would say.
That makes the most sense, right? Where if it's the Mandalorian, it's gluttony because Baby Yoda's eating all them fucking fish eggs. You know,
what I feel like if it's sequel and it's like is Kylo. That's what's like so shitty about the sequels, bro. It's because it's like, okay, are we talking about Kylo as the main bad guy? Are we talking about freaking Palpatine as the bad guy?
Somehow
Snoke?
Palpatine has returned.
Fucking Snoke.
It's definitely not Snoke. I can tell you that.
Ain't no way.
It's definitely not Snoke. So let's just, for the sake of this exercise, okay? For the sake of this exercise, let's say it's Vader, and let's say that Ira controls Star Wars.
Okay.
Okay. So that leaves us with Sloth for Aced, Gluttony for Gula, Envy for Envy, Lust for Luju, and Greed for Ava, right? And then Pride for the Masters, which I'm assuming he would either have something to do. He probably has something to do with Quadratum. Like maybe Quadratum opens up for like a final dungeon thing or something. You know what I mean? So let's just give him Quadratum.
I feel like that's the most likely, yeah.
And then, so what are the other ones?
So okay, Moana. What one would the Moana one be? Because I've not seen the movie.
I've not seen the movie either. But I have played Disney Dreamlight Valley. And I have hung out with Moana and what's The Rock's character's name?
I have no idea.
And he's a bit of a glutton.
Okay.
But he's also very prideful and lazy. But But I don't even know who the bad guy would be in Moana, right?
Moana, it's Tika. I don't know how to say it. They're like a big lava monster. So there was once a benevolent island goddess, but her heart was stolen by a demigod. She became a destructive lava demon. So their personality is quite literally a heartless... I'm on Villains, not Fandom. This is what it says.
It writes
Tika
itself.
is quite literally a heartless and destructive creature with a fiery disposition. The theft of her heart has stripped her of Te Fiti's benevolence and replaced it with malice, aimed at both Maui and the world at large.
Okay, so maybe Moana's wrath.
Despite this, blah, blah, blah.
Okay, Jay, here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do. Next week on the podcast, you and I are going to both do our research separately. And we are each going to come back with what we think the Kingdom Hearts 4 worlds are based on this little exercise we've created. Okay? So we're going to do that next week because I think this is interesting and I think it deserves more time of research than we're giving it now.
That's true.
Okay. Yeah, dude. That's hype. And then maybe the question of the week will be what other people think, right?
Okay. So yeah, so for next week, what worlds and what foretellers based on what their 7 deadly sin is or whatever.
Based. All right, cool. Fun. That was your gummy question turned into a whole different deal here. And I like it. Anyway, we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to do the question of the week, which, this is going to be a deal. The question of the week is, design a Kingdom Hearts spin-off game. If it has a command, it has to have a command deck. If it does not have a command deck, Jason sends it back.
It's true. I need to know.
Anyway, we'll be right back. Yeah, who says we don't theorize things, huh? That just came off the top of the dome. I'm not even gonna lie. Just right off the top of the dome.
What doesn't around here, dude?
Eat your heart out, water cage.
This is Richard Epcar. Welcome to the Ansem Report Podcast. Come to the darkness.
Welcome back to the Ansem Report Podcast. Jason.
Yeah?
It's time for the question of the week.
Oh yeah.
Thank you to Afro-Roxas. Shout outs to the boy. Jason, this week's question of the week comes from you. Design a Kingdom Hearts spin-off game. It has to have the command deck. If it doesn't have the command deck, you send it back.
I do. I send it back. I don't want to hear it. Get the hell out of here.
So starting this off is Egg, who asked, "What does Mike do?" and said, "Don't say my mom." And I say, "I do Egg's mom," and I destroyed him. Anyway, the real first answer is from Billy the Kid Lawrence, who says, Kingdom Hearts Encrypted.
Okay.
This will serve as a sequel to Water's favorite cage game of all time, Recoded. Kingdom Hearts 4 will end with everyone being trapped in a datascape. In said datascape, the characters are all essentially tortured by being forced to rehash the events of Kingdom Hearts 1 over and over unless they can be encrypted back into the real world. Datasaur returns once more to save everyone from living in this literal hell. The command deck will, of course, be utilized in the gameplay, which kind of reminds me of Birth by Sleep, which now makes me think of Aqua. Don't worry, Egg. It's not your mommy this time. Just the unwashed blue hair goddess as per usual. She can command my deck any day. I've lost track of my game's design. Oh well. Mommy. Thank you, Billy the Kid. Thank you. Yeah, Jason was like, "Wait, that was his answer." Jason liked where you were going with that one.
Yeah,
Billy.
I was in on it, and then I went cross-eyed. A bit cross-eyed.
Zach P says, I think an easy answer is just BBS 2. Possibly an expansion on the Dark World seen in 0.2. Maybe multiplayer returning.
That would be crazy, man. If they make a multiplayer KH, that would just be nuts.
And then
it's kind of unprecedented.
There's actually a KH3 multiplayer mod that Bio's been playing that I want to check out with you.
Yeah, I did see him covering that.
Anyway, Egg, Billy, and Zach argue about Aqua for a very long time.
Mommy, by the way.
Oblivion says, I will never stop talking about a Nominate Art Academy style spin-off game where we draw in her sketchbook with all her crayons and pencils. The commands deck is cycling through the colors and supplies.
Ooh. Okay.
That's cute.
Okay.
I like that.
I like it. Dude,
like Mario Paint.
You can meld them, and it just is like when you're mixing colors, bro. Fucking 5-ed. And then like,
yo, did you know if you meld yellow and blue, you get green?
The crystals or whatever that you add to the melding or whatever, it like adds like, oh, this is like a matte. This is like like a matte color. This is like, oh, this one's got sparkles in it, bro. This one's watercolor now. It's like,
oh fuck, I just got the brush upgrade. That's a great idea, V. I support it. The Mop 13 says, kind of a long one, but you asked for it. Kingdom Hearts Reincarnated. In this game, you play as a girl named Rosa, who has brown hair and blue eyes. She wakes up on an island with no memory except her name. She finds a cave with drawings all over the wall, and as she touches the drawings of a young boy with spiky hair, a door appears on the wall of the cave. When she walks through, she then arrives on a beach of darkness where she finds a mysterious figure in a brown cloak. The figure finds her familiar. The figure then tells her to hold out her hand and reach towards her destiny. The Keyblade appears in her hand. The figure then tells her to find the keyhole of the worlds fall in the darkness and free them. Then the figure disappears and the Heartless appear, and the game brings up a tutorial on how to use the command deck. Then Rosa begins to explore the realm of darkness and free the worlds. Eventually, she runs into a young man named Xehanort. They travel together until they see a girl with blue hair and a mouse fighting a horde of Heartless. Rosa wants to go help, but Xehanort refuses and puts a bubble of darkness around them, and they fight. Rosa is easily defeated and she passes out. When she wakes up again, she sees a dog and the mouse she saw in the realm of darkness, and when she says she recognizes him, he says that's impossible because that was several years ago. When she mentions Xehanort, he gets serious and introduces himself as Mickey. Mickey says that she was found in the castle courtyard and that Xehanort must have brought her here. They then set out to find him, and Rosa and Mickey explore various worlds and meet various people we know from the main series. By the end, she defeats young Xehanort, and it's revealed that Rosa is Sora reincarnated. She agrees to help Kairi find the original Sora, and the next spin-off and real Kairi game is teased. I didn't connect in my head that Rosa was an anagram of Sora. Because I'm an idiot.
I didn't either, honestly. I just more like paying attention to what was being said rather than like
Rosa.
Oh, Rosa.
That's a strange name, Rosa, huh? No, that wasn't bad, Mop. I was interested.
That was good.
That's some good headcanon there.
That was solid.
Yeah. Kyrie's bro says, using the command deck, I would want a Cage spin-off sequel to Birth by Sleep called Waking by Sleeping or some Nomura-ass shit.
Yeah.
Seeing as where they left off with the Wayfinder trio, I would say a sequel that runs alongside whatever Cage 4 will be about, them searching in the realm of darkness. The three of them will also have costumes to unlock like 0.2, and I want the main antagonist to be Vanitas, who I believe to be one of the darknesses. Thank you, Kyrie's bro.
Dude, Kyrie's bro knows, dude. You were weird champing me earlier. Kyrie's bro, not weird champing me. Thank you.
Wait, I was weird champing you?
You're like Vanitas. Vanitas isn't gonna be in Cage 4.
No, he's just not one of the foretellers, is what I was saying.
Wait, I was saying he was one of the deadly sins.
He's not.
All right, dude.
Cheery Theoden says, BBS 2, except after the intro level, the core gameplay is just command board Monopoly game. You play 5 to 10 games per world, leveling up commands that you only get to use once in the final fight of the game against Luxord, whose main mechanic disables your command deck and makes you roll dice to deal damage.
Fuck you.
Cheery Theoden just said the worst thing I've ever heard in my life.
You're the worst.
Yeah, that was terrible.
You are awful.
You're awful, Aqua. Phil Game says, I would like a game that has recom's combat, except normal attacks are not at all connected to the cards. I think that would be a lot more fun than recom is now, but it would keep the deck building aspect for people who enjoy that. So just like special moves would be cards. It's interesting.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Wildcat Diana says, we need BBS 2 right now.
True.
Honestly, I would love a
We've been
BBS 2
shouting it
with,
for years.
right, with a more modernized version of the command board and the melding system, and even links with new characters. Since part of the plot is Ventus regaining his memories of Union Cross, they could do something like collect the memories with melding and links. You get new attacks, you get new pieces of cutscenes. That's how you get the Union Cross movie with the Union leaders. You would even have the movie in a separate setting of the main menu, like the recap books in KH3 that Cheerthy narrates. Imagine a scene where you're fighting and you get a new attack, a 5-second clip appears of Brain going, I'm gonna be a and then it cuts and the attack happens. The players would have to collect the other part of the attack through melding, and you get the entire cutscene. So it's like Crisis Core.
Right, that's literally what it made me think of too. Like it just becomes more of an actual animation or whatever.
Right. Panda Boy has an answer to last week's question of the week, which I'll allow it. The way I found the podcast is me finding it on YouTube. KH3 was on its way, and I was just getting into the podcast, so I decided to listen to the ARP, which I believe only had 3 episodes at the time. After finishing the 3 episodes, I decided to watch all the KH run-throughs, and I believe that's when I became a fan. Since then, I continued to listen to all the new episodes, watch all the new videos, and join the Discord. To be honest, I felt like a boomer and an uwu noob not knowing what Discord was. It was my first time being part of an online community, and over time I would put my input here and there, and I even had a chance to talk to some of you in the voice chat. Ever since the pandemic, my activity has started to lessen because of work, which I was very sad about, but now that things are better, I'm trying to be more part of the community again. I love that I found this podcast. Love you, bros, and everybody in the Discord. Thank you, Panda Boy.
I've been glad that Panda Boy's been back, dude.
Yeah, Panda Boy's an OG. OG.
O to the G.
Panda was definitely a part of that whole story we told last week about the union leaders and stuff.
Yeah.
Panda Boy was definitely there.
That's true. That's true.
Yep.
He may have been instigating.
Right, might have been. Panda Boy's answer for this week: I would want them to bring back the command deck with the BBS trio. If they don't make a BBS 2, then what was the point of showing the trio heading into the portal and Remind? There's a story there, and I would love to know what they're doing. Plus, I love BBS, and I am Panda Boy BBS Ven, not Union Cross Ven.
True.
Also, I know it'd probably not happen, but I would like another Roxas game. Put a command deck in that game. I did like the customizable panel board in 358 over 2 days, or make it a Shion Roxas and Lee game, since people do think Kyrie needs their own game, and Adventures in Twilight Town / Radiant Garden game. I like it.
That would be sick. That would be sick. Well, and it gives you a reason to make like Roxas so OP with the 2 Keyblades, you know?
Right.
He's got all these command deck moves.
Right.
It's canon.
It's canon. Elks says, all right, here's my proposal for a new command deck KH game. It's called Kingdom Hearts Command Card Panel CPU Dream Ass Blaster 3000. Where the main gimmick of the game is the gimmicks of all the other spin-off games. You got cards, you got panels, you got the command deck, you got the dumbass CPU thing from Recoded, and you got Dream Eaters. Everyone's favorite mechanics from their favorite video games. You want reaction commands? Too bad. Use a command. You want to mash like crazy? Tough. Use cards. You want to level up normally?
No.
Eat shit. Use a dumbass panel. You want to play a normal Kingdom Hearts game? Fuck you. KH4 is canceled. This is the ultimate video game that everyone asked for. This is what the Versus 13 was originally going to be. This is what you asked for, right? Isn't that right? Hashtag release the Namura Cup followers. This is your game, you sick fucks. Gunshot.
Oh my god.
Elks. Elks.
I thought the name was going to be as unhinged as it was going to get, because I was just like, I like how it just randomly had CPU in the name.
Yeah.
And then it just turned into all the mechanics, all of them.
Kingdom Hearts Command Card Panel CPU Dream Ass Blaster 3000. Or for short, Kingdom Hearts CCP CPU DAB 3000. For short.
Wait, which game is the ass blasting coming from?
All of them.
All of them, yeah, true.
The ass blasting is when you don't get to do the mechanic you want.
Oh yeah, also don't forget the dropping. You play as 2 characters and it keeps randomly dropping you.
Yep, randomly. There's not even a meter.
No, it's just completely random. Yeah. You might drop and go through the whole drop cutscene to then just instantly re-drop. But not because you wanted to, like it just happened.
Yep. Mark Creation Studio says Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep 3, since 0.2 technically was BBS 2, but whatever.
Kind of a good point.
Basically a sequel in the spirit to Birth by Sleep that follows Aqua, Terra, and Ventus in their trip to the Dark World in that 1-year gap in Limit Cut. We would get to see them explore new areas, maybe even go back to the outside world and go to Disney Worlds that way. Would retain a similar command deck that BBS had, maybe a little more fleshed out. The main thing I would be hyped to see is the Wayfinder trio actually bonding and having time to flesh out their relationship, since in BBS they spent roughly 5 minutes together at the intro and then 3 more minutes during Radiant Garden and the Keyblade Graveyard. I would love to see them bring back Anti-Aqua, Ventus Vanitas, and Terranort in the Dark World as bosses they have to beat or something like that. That'd be cool.
Like it's their darkness chasing them. Kind of like how Ansem does in Tariku in Rechain.
That'd be cool. Cage Waterblock says, Recoded 2, doubling down on all the amazing features and gameplay mechanics it had.
Oh, I don't know if I'll survive.
Zethus says Kingdom Hearts 4,745 over 3 days, aka 13 years over 3. Follow Roxas, Shion, and Axel throughout their entire adventures, including BBS era for Lee, what happens in the original days and during and after KH3. Serving as a remake, prequel, and sequel all in one game, it would use a mix of the command deck and panel system.
Yeah.
The limit break system from Days would still be there, but improved upon. Obviously, the mission system from Days would not be the same, but should be there in some way for the Days portion of the game. A straight remake of Days is unlikely, but if they were to stuff it into a side game, I think they could make it work. Thank you, Zethus.
Okay. That's kind of hype.
SBCat, not taking this question seriously, says, Mickey's Zen this game, but the command deck is full commands to make them do different Fortnite dances. SB, this is a serious thing, dude.
This is fucking Mickey Mouse hitting the Orange Justice, bro. Fucking Zenus hitting the Gritty.
Dude. Look, Mickey, I'm flossing.
Is this valid?
Hey, Zenus, you got a chug jug? I just want Mickey Zen this game to just them in Fortnite.
Watch this, Riz. Please, God, give me your Snapchats.
Don't embarrass me in front of my friend. Anyway, Sean says, Reverse Rebirth version of KH1, Reverse Rebirth version of KH2. Combine those two together and add the BBS command deck. In other words, everything Riku was doing when we didn't see him, since y'all love Riku so fucking much.
You freaks.
He also adds, I like Riku just fine, but he just isn't the main character. True.
You're not the MC.
Pokemon Trainer J says, Kingdom Hearts EverConnect. It's a mobile-based retelling of all the Kingdom Hearts content, including VR, VCast, and secret movies, and even the canceled animation series. Uses the command deck throughout. Need 100% completion of all of it to get context for the next Kingdom Hearts game before Kingdom Hearts 4.
Fuck you.
Man, really riffing on Final Fantasy VII there. Coco Lily says, I finally joined the Discord after months of listening to the pod, so here I am answering my first question of the week. Welcome. I would love a spin-off about the Wayfinder trio. To be honest, I was hoping / expecting spin-off games to come out before KH4 that explored each of the different groups searching for Sora. But I would want the spin-off to delve into each Terra, Aqua, and Ven's inner demons, so to speak. Dealing with trauma, unlocking the past, all that type of ish. Since I'm sure they each have pent-up guilt, but that might be too mature of a topic to be properly explored for KH. Like Ven remembering his Union Cross days and whatnot. I just started playing...
Strelitzia.
Exactly. I just started playing... Well, sending her to the Data Realm, let's be clear.
Slaughtering her, yeah.
I just started playing BBS for the first time last week, and it was hard to get used to the command deck right after finishing KH2. But I do like being able to meld commands, so I guess I would just put a better version of the BBS command deck in the spinoff. I'm still stuck playing as Terra, and god fuck that clunky-ass motherfucker. He is just as slow physically as he is mentally. But yeah, anyways, really happy to have found this community and podcast, and can't wait to see what's to come. Welcome.
Yeah, welcome. What a banger first answer.
Yeah, banger first answer. We love Terra, but we appreciate the Terra slander at the same time.
Yeah,
because he's very slow in BBS.
With Terra, you got to do a lot of blocking and reprisals with him. That's my one piece of advice with him.
Yeah, he doesn't have the iframes.
Also, the mine moves, mine square, and all that type of shit. That's your friend. You need that shit.
For sure. Plague Baked Congress says, this is the question of the week I've been waiting for. So I've dreamed of having a KH MMO that controls very similar to KH3, except potentially adding a new version of command decks would make the experience feel unique and allow people to make builds the way they see fit.
Like that's how you can get the rolls and stuff. Like, oh, you're a tank. Okay.
Similar to how command decks work in BBS, the melding system, along with RNG mechanics, would allow commands to function like a combination of both skill/abilities and armor/equipment. Certain commands would have boosts for certain stats, and melding them would allow you to make entirely new ones or make more advanced versions of that command. I think basic commands such as Cure,
almost.
Right. I think basic commands such as Cure and the other basic magic should stay as base abilities/skills. In addition, there should be a branching option for your character's abilities as well. For example, each character gets a block, but it's up to the player to decide what kind of block they want, such as a standard block, the 360 magic bubble block, etc., or the choice of what type of dash/slide move, such as slide, dodge, roll, or something similar to Kyrie's blink ability from KH Remind. I think a full console MMO for KH would be a perfect way to bring back command decks in a new yet familiar way that allows the player to build a completely unique Keyblade wielder, DPS, healer, tank, etc., the way they desire. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Dude, I'm an MMO fiend. Sign me up.
Very well thought out answer. And then finally, we have Marginal Umna, who says, forget a BBS sequel. I'd like to see a BBS prequel. Who are Terra and Aqua? Where are they from? How and when did they become Erica's apprentices? What did their training look like? What's up with the land of departure? What is this place exactly? I think there's still plenty to be explored here. This perspective game could also expand on the command deck element by facilitating and incentivizing command melding more. It could be integrated into the story as some sort of lesson from Ericus. Maybe there's even some quests for commands you need to go get that are an analog for skills Ericus has instructed Terra and Aqua to learn. Man, so when Jason asked this question, I gotta be honest with you guys.
You're like, this is a dog shit question.
I was like, this is the biggest piece of dog shit. No. I was like, I don't know if people are really gonna be down to answer this because it's very detailed. Right? It's very...
You slept on the homies.
Well, no, if it's...
You slept on me and the homies.
It wasn't just me. The first comment after Egg saying, what does Mike do, was OJ saying, that's a meaty question.
That's true. That's true.
Because it is. It is. I'm actually
a
very impressed. I'm very impressed with you guys as to how detailed you guys were in this one. So good job, everybody. Very proud of you. Very proud of you. So next week's question of the week. Oh wait, shit. We have to answer. Jay, what's your answer?
I mean, hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. BBS 2 or parentheses 3, where it's actually has a command deck, and it's literally, the where the BBS trio go into the Dark Realm, and it's just popping like that. It's just that simple, bruh. Just more command deck, more BBS, bruh. That's all I want.
All right, you ready for this one? My game is, it's a Ratatouille themed version of Plate Up.
Okay.
But you use cards, you use the command deck to cook the food.
Okay. So you're like casting Faraga on on the stove.
On the stove, and you're like, oh shit, I got the salt card. That means this shit's gonna taste better. Boom.
Okay.
Ooh, I got the unclean knife card. That's not good.
I just stabbed myself accidentally.
Oh,
I accidentally just lopped my finger off.
I cut my finger off card. Fuck. Oh shit! I got the grow all limbs back card. Let's go.
Yo.
And then like you could
it
meld.
mutated. I grew an extra finger.
Oh shit! I melded the Ratatouille boost, and then Remy comes out and fucking jumps on your head and controls you.
Let him cook, dude.
Let Remy cook. Hashtag let Remy cook. Anyway, that's my answer for some reason. Next week's question of the week we already touched on, but basically what it's going to be.
I'm excited for this one.
Yeah, this is going to be fun. So, I don't know how I'm going to explain this to people without them listening to the podcast first, but basically the idea is, each one of the foretellers would control a world in Kingdom Hearts 4.
Mm-hmm.
And it's and you have to try to connect it to their like 7 deadly sins thing, which I don't know if that's canon, but it basically is, right?
Yeah.
It basically is. So connect them to their 7 deadly sins, like the worlds. And you know, if you want to explain why, go ahead. If you don't, you don't.
Yeah, I'm excited. I was while we were like in between topics or whatever, I was like looking, and I guess the character I was talking about with Moana, they're like the main bad guy, like the one pulling the strings, but the like bad guy for most of it, like the big crab boy, is associated with like he's like greedy. So who knows? That one could be either or.
One, because Ava is not technically around, maybe like Moana's the world that doesn't get fucked with, you know?
Okay.
Maybe. Who knows? Anyway, that's going to be the question of the week for next week. Thank you, everybody, so much for listening to this week's episode of the Ansem Report Podcast, number 33. We'll be back next week with number 34. And next week, Jason, outside of us talking about the foreteller some more, I'm going to drop off a Kingdom Hearts Tamagotchi to you. And you and I are going to activate our Tamagotchis live on the podcast.
Yo!
And then we will hopefully not kill them by the next week.
Who lasts longer?
Who getting the best head, you know? You know it's Simon.
You already know.
You already know it's Simon. Anyway, sorry, the way you said that just made me think of that.
Who lasted the longest? Not Simon.
Not
getting the best head.
Not Simon. Probably Theodore. Anyway, thank you guys again for listening and watching. Go check out the Landy Lodge where we were on, if it's out yet. It was a blast.
Please
it was a lot of fun.
It was really fun.
If this almost 1.5 hour podcast wasn't enough of our voices, I can tell you, I've spoken for 4 hours today on podcasts, and my voice is like, why are you doing this?
Like, why?
So, why would you do this to me? Anyway, thank you guys. We'll see you next week. Jason, hit him with it.
May your heart be your guiding key.
Thank you.
Now fuck off.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was the Ansem Report Podcast number 33, the longest running Kingdom Hearts podcast by those damn podcasters, Mike and Jason, the podcast of champions. Thank you to Fabio the Iguana and Jesse Wright of Meadow Vista Media. Fabio is also known as Shane if you're nasty, but I'm not nasty, so I will call him Fabio. And they did the song Radiant Garden for the theme of the Ansem Report. You're hearing it right now. You're literally listening to it just slightly under my voice. You can hear it, and it sounds great. And when I'm done talking, it's going to get louder, and you'll be able to really hear it in its full glory, but it's awesome. Jason, did you know we have a Patreon?
Yes, for the love of God, I know.
Jason
fucking
knew.
know.
I know. You guys know. And we are very thankful for all our patrons over on Patreon. There's 37 of you guys. That's crazy, dude.
You guys are dope.
And we don't do shit. We need to be better about that. Anyway, let's one thing we do is we list off your names and thank you for supporting us. Jason, why don't you start us off?
Famous for nothing.
Billy the Kid Lawrence.
Corinberg.
Dr. Lambic.
DP Grant.
SB Cat,
Iron Aggro.
Iron Daddy Sean,
It's your boy, Woody.
Lisa S,
Mr. Trumpeter, 7-Eleven.
Charles Barkley,
Water, KH.
Zach P,
Pokemon Trainer, J.
Elbow Juice,
Panda Love.
Frank, the Chad Berg,
Shane Plunkett.
Unholy Dolphin.
Vetus.
What's up, Carl?
Lanz of Masters.
Regular Pat YT,
Get Roxel.
Jip 214,
Warning.
Strawberry Mango.
Librarian Gamer.
Poor Mango, I laugh during her name every time because you get me with the warning thing. Dickbutt 25,
Kyrie's Bro.
Afro Roxas, a musician.
Travistown Jr.
Cheney,
Phil Games.
Dickbutt 23.
Lost Constance.
Thank you guys so much for your support. What are we doing on Patreon? We're the J. Conor Jameson thing is coming soon. Maybe I will edit it, and then there's a podcast we're supposed to do. Jason, can we watch Avengers?
Yes, please.
When
we
do you
need to
wanna
watch it like together in order to figure out.
When do you want to watch it?
I don't know.
I'll watch it Thursday.
I'll watch it tomorrow.
No, I can't watch it tomorrow.
I'll watch it Thursday. I'm kidding.
You can watch it tomorrow if you want.
I'm kidding.
Because I can't. I'm going to watch Avengers Thursday. That's not as promising we're going to record the podcast, but we're at least going to watch the goddamn movie. So be on the lookout for that, maybe, possibly.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, we love you. Thank you. I know you guys would support us regardless, but we need to put some content out for you. But thank you. We'll see you guys next week. Yes, you deserve more from us, and we will do our best. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next week. Was the man to set?